The makers.
All right. The Christian year, August 18th, 2009 AD from 1962 AD, when NoopooH, the positive side of Almighty Nature, made itself known to Amanubi Rakafata. Now, Amanubi Rakafata is Afro Unu, is Cypher M. NoopooH, is Dr. Malachi Z. York. So NoopooH made itself known to Dr. Malachi Z. York. That's what you said, bro. That's what you said, bro. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. My mate didn't say that. Kepler didn't say that. Nusa didn't say that. Ma'ata Ray didn't say that. Waku didn't say that. A Nova didn't say that. Ohini didn't say that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Andrew Davis said that. Nobody wrote this except you.
Okay. He wrote a book about it. All we said was Dr. York's has been known by people who believed he was affiliated with that name. People believed he was Afro Uno. So at the time we thought he was Afro Uno.
Right.
Well, exactly.
Oh yeah, and at that time, you know, during that time, that's another thing Grand Kush explained. He said when people first started getting put onto the nature books, everybody thought that Afro Uno was Dr. York back then, because nobody else could do who the hell he was, and it was so similar.
Exactly, and Dr. York is also associated with the name Afro Uno. He's associated.
Right.
With it.
See, secondly, the name Afro Uno was always associated with Dr. York, as well as Amanubi Rakta. So Dr. York referred to himself as Amanubi Rakta, and Afro Uno and Amanubi Rakta are synonymous together. So it only stands to reason that we thought Dr. York was Afro Uno.
All right. The Christian year, August 18th, 2009 AD from 1962 AD, when NoopooH, the positive side of Almighty Nature, made itself known to Amanubi Rakafata. Now, Amanubi Rakafata is Afro Unu, is Cypher M. NoopooH, is Dr. Malachi Z. York. So NoopooH made itself known to Dr. Malachi Z. York. That's what you said, bro. That's what you said, bro. I didn't say that.
UG Brown is Afro Unu, who was on the obituary, and he passed away in 2011. So check this out. We didn't get the books till 2008.
Right.
2 years later, Afro Unu passes away, but we didn't get the obituary in 2015. So from 2008 to about 2012, 13, if you was familiar with the books, then you thought that was Dr. York naturally, like Taharka said.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
So from 2008 to about 2012, 13, if you was familiar with the books, then you thought that was Dr. York naturally, like Taharka said.
I didn't say that. My mate didn't say that. Kepler didn't say that. Nusa didn't say that. Ma'ata Ray didn't say that. Waku didn't say that. A Nova didn't say that.
Into the lie, once again, because you claim you never said that, which we just proved that, right? Then you said a Nova didn't say that. That's another lie. A Nova was saying it and he wrote about it. Let's go to the Nun Project Count 1 Part 2, right? Number 97. Look what he says. Let it be known the sacred master Amanubi Rakafata, right? Not Rakafata. I don't know where you keep getting this Rakafata from. Take that fake gold out your mouth. All right, Amanubi Rakata, Afro Unu, see, is free and mentally liberated until he will not contract with the beast. He slays Ushum Gal. They do respect and know who he is, since the sun god in Marduk Gal, the son of the sixth ether god's son, Anu, is the great slayer of sin, Suin Zuin, his father Tarnush Shakar. The incarnate spirit being in him was in King Hammurabi by Black Phoenician Bodine Melchizedek of Babylonia to bring him all mankind's laws and codes thousands of years ago, the laws that even this incarnate Phoenician deity learned from pygmy Ethiopian Takanoids from Africa, he would now aid and abet us with the much needed commandment laws of the nature for this present Libra epoch, golden sun cycle, revolutionary cycle quarter, through Ethiopian people acknowledge the absolute nature as the one supreme being started with our natural king. Now, you said that Anova didn't say Amanubi and Afro Unu were the same. This is clear fact that it was. Even though I was saying this based on my comparative of the 9-ball to BIA when I got from TEF and mixed and compared them next to the nature books in 2008, 2000, and start putting it out in 2009, 2010, whatever. Nova was writing this. I think this is somewhere around 2013 or maybe before. So you got these books, but you're not running on a rant with that because you don't care. You want York to get all the credit. Don't act like you care about somebody saying things that's not true. Because the facts is, Nova did indeed put this information out, and you got the nun counts. A lot of us got the nun counts. So Nova did say that this information was in reference to Dr. York. So we see right here, he calls, not only did he says that Afro Unu and Amanubi Rakaptar, or what he's saying is Dr. York. We know that York was calling himself in Marduk Gal when he was locked up. He started putting out all these Sumerians, and I also made it clear that the six ether sun god for the Ethiopian race is Ray Harakti in the 70s, but now it's known as Repu. And that the six ether sun god for the Phoenicians are not the same, because the nature books clearly tells you there's multiple sun gods, multiple moon gods, multiple earth gods, multiple underworld gods, because you got different races and the planet is big, and there's no way possible that one spirit god can control all these masses of people at different times and locations on the planet. It don't work like that. All right, so that's the first lie that we debunk. All right, the second lie we're gonna get to is what? Which is page 55? Yeah, this is coming out the Noon Project Count 1 Part 1, number 55, right? Who are those who care? The publishers of the 9-ball booklets. If you truly care, then you were truly there. We were all there. That's a lie. No, we were not, because they was in Brooklyn putting this stuff together, all right? Which is here with him, because he is our soul of souls, Baba. See, we know that York is calling himself Baba, and in the video where York was teaching about the sacred wisdom of Tahuti, he said Baba meant penis. Go figure this crap. Here and now, love is an illusion in the way that most understand it. True love is really true care or divine love. This is all York stuff. And in the way Nunibus overstand it, existing pure without lust. None of that stuff is written in the nature books. This is something that Anova came up with when he used to say true care or divine love void of lust. And that, to me, looking on back, is like somebody saying or telling another guy, you know what I'm saying, pause, or I love you, man, no homo. They say without lust. That makes no sense. Lust is a form of an attraction, and also it's a mental thing, and depending on what that is you're attracted to. So that is stuff. Again, that's something he made up on his own, the same way I made up Truman the Carpenter Peace and all that. Not throwing no dirt on that. He can be creative as he want, but again, that's his personal thing. That's not in the nature books. That's something that he put up, mixing in with York. All right, according to Introduction to the Nature book 1, page 269 and 270, NoopooH, then he got in parentheses, NuPU, is the surname of all true Nunibus. Number one, NuPU is not the surname. All right, at this point. Back then, he said, thus, WuNupu, AsaNupu, and NabaNupu, those who care, are the three Ethiopian universe scientists. Number one, these writers never call themselves universe scientists. Universe scientists in the nature books are the orbs because they are all over the universe. They are the universal scientists, not the human beings. All right. Who are said to have written the 9-ball? No, they did say they wrote the 9-ball because in book, I think count 3 or 4, they say we, the writers who were taught by Amenhotep Rakhatar. All right, so this is foolishness once again. All right, are the 3 Ethiopian universe scientists who are said to have written the 9-ball Liberation Information series in 1971 from the teachings and under the auspice of their great teacher of teachers and sacred master Amenhotep Rakhatar. However, this writer has since confirmed his authorship through inscribing them mentally. All right, where is that specific reference? It is clearly stated in the Black Book, which we know was written by Dr. York, which is plagiarized, authorized by Netta Aferti Alton-Ray, Chapter 1, Scroll 1, verse 41-42, where it reads, question, Netta Aferti Alton-Ray, have you celebrated your Djed ceremony? Yes, I complete each year on the day of my birth the Djed or Fed or said festival before all eyes to see. This actually started in 1967 when Amenhotep Rakhatar first inscribed the writing of the sacred records behind the 9-ball on up to 97, 30 years of what you wanted. And once again, I said this before. Where is no such thing as a behind the 9-ball. Number 2, there's no evidence of York ever doing any running every year on his birthday. If you read in the Black Book, he'll tell you that pharaohs had to run a nice long distance to prove to the crowd that they were still vivacious and they still had the energy, and that's supposed to prove that they can run for another term as a pharaoh. You'll never see York doing that. 1967, York was just getting out of prison for 3 years and some change for statutory rape and some other charges. And he started, if you listen to Why We Chose Islam, York was talking about how he was going from religion to religion to find a place to hide, and he settled on Islam. So where in that story was York running around Brooklyn talking about I'm a pharaoh at 24? No, 20. No, he got out when he was what, 23, 22, 23, 67. So 23. Yeah, he was 23. 22. My bad. So where is that York was running around at 22 every year since 1967 talking about he a pharaoh? Show me York running around Bushwick 2-3 blocks to show and prove that he was Amenhotep. This makes no sense. None of this is true. All right, and before this actually started in 67, when Amenhotep Rakhatar first inscribed the writing on sacred records behind the 9-ball. There's no book called Sacred Records behind the 9-ball. This is another lie. On up to 97, 30 years of what you wanted. Then the resurrection and time for the great change took place from the blinding light of religion to the supreme balance of Nawabu. Again, the Wabu is not in the original books. Y'all keep talking about we changed stuff around. What about York? York actually put a whole nother letter in the word Nawabu and took the P out and put the B. They created two different versions of Nawapians and Nawapians and created a code off of that. All we did was alter the books in our possession, which we just put the word knew what Nawapu was and other little places we placed in parentheses. We did not get a hold of the original books and alter them and then re-release them. Nobody had that power. There's no way that can be done. So y'all exaggerating as usual. But what about York changing stuff? Which is what I came to give you. I stated in the beginning, I can't give you what you want, so you will learn to want what I have to give. So once again, this is proof that ANOVA, right along with everybody else in the Nun Council, anybody who got these books, because these books been floating around for years, is also guilty of the same thing. So please stop lying, talking about y'all never said and thought that Afro Uno and Dr. York was the same. Sheesh. Shoot me the call in peace. in wartime.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
I didn't say that. My mate didn't say that. Capra didn't say that. Nusa didn't say that. My Ata Ray didn't say that. Waku didn't say that. A Nova didn't say that.
Who's hot, who not? Tell me who rock, who sell out in the stores. You tell me who flop, who cop the blue drop, who jewels got blocks, who mostly Gucci down to the blue clock. The same old.
If you was familiar with the books, then you thought that was Dr. York naturally, like Taharka said.